Hi, thanks for joining me. Everything is made of energy. Every thought you have is connected to a frequency. It's an emotion, it's a feeling you get with that thought. And you send that out energetically. And other people pick up what you're sending out, you're picking up what they're sending out. And it's the same when people have passed over. If somebody repeated a pattern over and over again, that energy stays, it's like an imprint into the area. So let's say somebody, for most of their life, or even on a pattern for about 10 years, continually walked from their house to a shop. They didn't drive, they walked. And they did it every single day. And while they walked, they thought. They projected their energy. That was their comfort. That was their place of comfort because they went in that same direction every day. They knew what they were doing. They knew what was around them. And so the energy they were feeling is sent out. So when someone who is now living walks in that same path, you can feel that energy. You can feel the energy of somebody that was there, and you might feel like someone's walking behind you. You may feel like someone is watching you. You're picking up the imprint of that energy. It's like my mum, because she couldn't use her legs, was bound to a chair. So she was either lifted out of her chair and into bed, or she was put back in her chair. And for most of her days, she was sitting in the same chair because it had a beautiful view over a lake. And so that was her place. And when she passed away, everyone could still feel her in that chair. Because that's where she was for so many years. Her energy had imprinted itself. Even though her soul had gone, her energy was still imprinted there. And a lot of the times, that's what people will think a place is haunted. But all it is the imprinted energy that repeated a pattern. In a house, you could have had someone lived in a house for 50 years and they repeated a pattern. They walked, a certain path every single day. And the way that they were feeling sends out an energy. If they were somebody who was not happy with their life, they're going to send out an energy, a frequency of unhappiness. So you can walk into it and go, oh, like get a shiver because that person didn't feel happy. Or if they were someone who absolutely loved living there, you can walk through that space and feel love, like you just got held in a warm embrace. It depends on the type of person that lived in that area or frequented that area as to what you're feeling. So I think a lot of times people will say a place is haunted, but was it just somebody who lived there that was extremely unhappy, or they couldn't, they might have had a mental illness, or they just weren't living a fulfilling life. And so what you're doing is feeling the energy that is there. Is that all that is happening? Because they say that a certain spirit can get trapped in like they can't move on. But the way I saw it when we passed over is every single soul moves on. There's no soul that is just wandering around lost. They are all greeted again back into the non-physical with the soul family. So if this feeling that a soul is trapped, or a soul is lost, or a soul doesn't see some kind of white light, is that you're actually picking up the soul is stuck there, or are you just feeling the imprint of the energy that they left here, that they were living? Is that what you're feeling? Because I know when we connect with spirit that has passed, when they sort of connect their energy with my energy, I can feel not so much what their personality was like, but I can feel what their energy was like. If they were someone who laughed a lot, if they were somebody who worried a lot, if they were somebody who liked to interfere in everyone's business, you can feel that energy within somebody. So does that mean that they're actually still like that, or are they just showing you traits of their energy that they were like? Because we change. We are constantly changing. Earlier in your life, you could have been a control freak, and as you got older, you could care less about anything. So how is your energy going to come across to somebody once you've passed away and one of your relatives wants to connect with you? How are you going to portray that energy? Are you, is a medium going to say, oh, well, that person was very, very controlling? Or is the medium going to say that that person was very, very carefree? Or is a medium going to pick up that they were controlling and then they weren't controlling at the end of their life? It depends on what that dominating energy was. So thinking about the impact that energy has, how are you noticing your energy? Like, when someone is around you, how do you think they feel around your energy? Do you think there is something about your energy that is draining somebody else? Do you think that your energy is comforting to somebody else? Do you feel like your energy is loving to somebody else? If you can really notice on the way that you're thinking about yourself and the way that you're living your life, you'll then get to understand why other people are the way they are with you. If people are using you, are you too easy? Are you just too easily giving without having your boundaries? So, and then if you are the type of person that uses other people, are you thinking you expect something for nothing? Like, it's always about you. It's always about you internally and what your needs are at the moment as to how you are living your life and reacting with other people. And it's such a good idea to just really get into, what am I constantly thinking about that I think I need in my life, which is connecting to an emotion, and that's what I'm sending out. So people might not want to be around me because I am sending out some kind of vibration that it brings them fear. I don't want to get near her because she might be mind reading me. She might be intimidating me. She might tell me something that I don't want to hear about myself. Like, am I sending out that energy to people? Or is it an energy of love? And then people just think, oh, wow, I just want to be around her. She just gives me such a healing feeling. So think about, what do you think your energy is? Not from the ego. Not thinking, oh, I'm a lovely person and I do kind things and I'm always helping. Not the ego thoughts. What are you thinking? And it's coming from the inside, and it's the frequency that's going out. Because maybe you're thinking on the inside, I'm not very good at things. I fail at things. I try to do things and I don't get them done properly. Or I go to so much effort to clean this house till it's spotless, and then everyone just walks in here and dirties it. They don't care. They don't care that I just spent hours cleaning it. So why is there no respect coming back in return? Is there something in my energy that is allowing that? If I don't have respect for myself, how are other people going to have respect for me? And I don't think it's about constantly yelling They're like, I want it this way, it's got to be this way, because yelling just never gets you anywhere. I feel like it's more about the way in which we approach things. And I was thinking about this the other day because I had actually cleaned the house and it was absolutely spotless. And someone had come in with some muddy boots and dropped the boots and just left them. So there was mud all over the floor. And it's no big deal. I mean, there's bigger problems in the world. But it's just the fact that, you go to a lot of trouble to clean and then it's not appreciated. So rather than nitpicking and saying, I spent the whole day cleaning this house and you just walk in here and drop your muddy boots, which then kind of starts a conflict, I approached it differently I started the conversation with the person that had put the boots there and said, have you ever gone to a lot of trouble in your life and made something and, you were really, really impressed with it and somebody else came along and wrecked it? Did you ever feel like you'd gone to all this trouble and then someone else didn't appreciate it? And they said, oh, yeah. I said, you know what I mean? And they said, yeah. I said, well, come with me. And then I pointed to the boots and said, this is what happened to me, the same thing. I'd gone to a lot of trouble to clean and somebody did this. And then I just walked away and then it got cleaned up. And it seemed to be a lot more effective way to deal with the energy exchange rather than yelling and having yelling coming back. And it was more about showing and understanding, getting them to understand. Do you know how this feels yourself? And then explaining, well, this is how I'm feeling at the moment too. And it just seemed to work an awful lot better. So it's just always about being mindful of our energy, what we are sharing with others, what we are absorbing from others, and realizing that we leave imprints where we go. Our energy can be, when we do something over and over and over and over again, it's such a strong impact on that particular area. And other people are going to feel it. Even long after we've died and left this earth, people are going to feel the energy of how we were. So it's important to remember that. It's a constant thing. It's not the end of your life and then that's it. Your energy continually lives. So think about it today. How are you impacting other people? Are you bringing something to their life where they're going to remember you for how you made them feel? And are you remembering other people for how they've made you feel? Because that is the most important thing. You get to the end of your life and it's all about the impact we've had on other people and the feelings. It's never about the stuff. It's never about what we owned. It's not about the big house, the big car, flash clothes. It's never about that. It's always about how we made other people feel and how they made us feel. So just a little thought for the day, and have a lovely day.